All right, so this is where it gets really exciting. We're adding our big stilettos to our dance moves. It can be a little bit tricky, but if you just take your time and move slow, you'll be just fine, and you'll feel extra sexy with these big 6-inch heels on. They make your legs longer, they make you look a little bit more toned, and they make you taller too. All right, so start with a simple walk, testing out your shoes. Just step slowly, 1 foot at a time. Take your time with it. Keep those shoulders back, heart lifted, and then switch hands, go the other direction. You can always use the pole for balance. If you feel good, hand on the hip. And then bring both hands to the pole, feet hips distance apart. We're going to crick it down, knees wide, dip it back, bring it up slow, and as always, when you go from low to high, up through that booty. We can step 1 foot back, wrap the ankle around, kick that hip up, peek around your pole. Now again, be careful here not to fall forwards. You want to keep your body weight over your standing leg and just kick the hip up, peeking around the pole. If you still feel good here, you can dip it all the way down, say hi, and bring it all the way back up again. From here, thumb down, elbow up, pivot back to the pole, and you can take it into your pole goddess. All right, you want to give that a try?
Sure.
So shoulders back, heart lifts, just kind of walking it, taking your time, placing each foot on the floor, finding your balance. Be sure to breathe. And go ahead, switch hands, go the other direction. Walk it around, just kind of feeling out the floor with your foot, with your big stilettos on. Then go ahead, bring both hands to the pole, hug your body in, feet are about hips distance apart, knees go wide as you crick it all the way down, and you dip it back, and bring it back up again. Push your tail out, and back up. Beautiful, nice job. Now from here, go ahead, step your feet back from the pole just a little bit. One knee lifts and you wrap your ankle around for your peekaboo. Be sure to keep that knee hugging into the pole. Perfect, kick your hip up and peek around. Careful to keep your weight over that standing leg so you don't fall forwards. There we go. And one more time, peek around the pole. If you feel comfortable, you can reach your hand down your leg, pull it all the way back up. Push your heart to the sky, head falls back. That's your waterfall. And since you have your left leg up the pole, turn your left hand up, step your left foot behind your right, back comes to the pole, and pole goddess. Beautiful, so just taking your time, learning to pivot and move slowly in your big stilettos. So one thing that's really fun about stilettos is that you can pivot around the pole. So check out this simple move and try it with me. Soften the knees, dip, kick your hips to the right, dip, kick your hips to the left, pushing your hips from side to side, and at the same time, letting your stilettos move from side to side. So I'm kind of pushing my weight into the balls of my feet, lifting my heels just slightly so I can pivot with my stilettos. So keep trying this. If you feel good, you can place your hand on your hip and use that hand to push and guide your hips through this movement. Nice and slow. And if you still feel good here, go ahead, let that hand start to travel your body over the curves, into your hair, all the way back down, keeping that hip movement happening. Nice. You can also try big slow circles where I just get a solid stance on my heels, hold onto the pole, and work those hips around slowly. There we go. Another nice move that requires just a little bit of pivoting is the step, pivot, and dip. So I step with my outside leg, pivot, bring the other leg around, and dip, and bring it up. And then we can go the other direction. So my outside leg is the one furthest from the pole. I'm gonna step with the outside foot, pivot, step the other leg back, and dip, and up. It's really fun, it's really easy. It just requires you having a little playful fun, moving around in your big sexy stilettos. You wanna go ahead and give this a try?
Sure.
So let's start with the hip sway. Both hands are on the pole. You can always hold the pole if you lose your balance. Soft in the knees, dip, kick your hips to your right, dip, kick your hips to the left, and back to the right, and to the left, turning on those shoes, pivoting. Beautiful, shoulders back, heart lifts, we're working it from side to side. Lovely, very nice. And then we're gonna stand solid on our heels and just move the hips in those big, slow circles. Again, you can place your hands on your hips and guide them through this movement using your hands. And the slower you go, the more sensual it is. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And go ahead, bring your body a little closer to the pole, and we're gonna cricket down. And come up booty first. Nice, and now let's take a little step, pivot and dip. So step with that outside leg. You got it, pivot, swing that other leg back and dip it. Beautiful, nice job. And again, step with the outside leg, pivot, swing it back and dip. Gorgeous, looks great. All right, let's learn one more move on our big shoes. This one's called the tango spin. It's really fun and it's really sexy. It uses that pivoting action we've been working on all along. So this time we're gonna take 4 little steps, starting with the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you're here, you can take it into the dip and bring it back up. Now the second part of this move is our hand positioning. So this is our basic hand position with the thumb going up the pole. Now I'm gonna flip it over with the thumb going down the pole and the elbow up. And that way I can rotate under my arm. So I start here with my left foot forward and I'm gonna pivot my hand and then pivot on my left foot, going right, left, and as I swing that right leg around, I switch hands and dip and up. This one can be trickier than it seems because your feet and your hands are doing 2 different things. So let's try it one more time. We start here, thumb is up the pole, basic hand grip, and we're gonna step left, turn the hand over, step right, pivot, left, pivot, right, pivot as we switch hands, and dip, and up. All right, you wanna give it a try?
Yes.
So, okay, beautiful. Hand is in the basic position. Go ahead, step with your left foot and turn. And we're gonna pivot, step right, pivot, step left, pivot, step right, and dip. Nice. And feel free to lean your body into the pole for support. Okay, and let's go ahead and try it one more time. Tango spin. So step left, hand turns, step right, pivot, left pivot, and right, and dip. Beautiful, great job.
Thank you.